Welcome back to the Rules of Engagement. We're now on to the Q&A section. I've got a question from Chris Strott. How much of an impact on income does placing a defensive structure in the mineral line have? And so, of course, I believe he's referring to the fact that, you put that photon cannon, spine car, whatever, the workers have to move around it. How much does that affect your pathing? So actually, let me make a little visual demonstration. So it can destroy your income, or it can have almost zero effect. In fact, I think I'm going to be confident zero effect on your income, depending where you place it. So if you think about it this way, right? Let's say this is your Nexus or your command center, right? We're just going to draw all over his question. And here's your mineral line, big little smiley of minerals. Of course, I'm not actually going to draw every 8 mineral. I'm just going to do it exactly. The important thing is when you place your building, place your building as close to your Nexus Command Center hatchery. You're going to place it right up against the hatchery if it's going to be in the mineral line. I mean, often you end up putting it behind the minerals and stuff like that. That's different. But if you want one in the mineral line, which sometimes you do, place it right here, right? Or right over here, right? As long don't place 2 right next to each other, but you get the idea, right? Let me erase one of these so it's a little bit easier. You get the idea. You place it next to the Nexus. And the reason why, right? The reason why is because let's say there's a mineral patch here, right? Right here. Here's your mineral patch. Your little drone's right here. If he wants to go back to the Nexus, right, he can actually kind of just go on either of these 2 paths. It really doesn't affect him that much. It's a very, very minimal effect. And this is the worst case scenario right here, where it's directly opposite. I mean, most of the drones, obviously, can go straight back, and the shortest path is not going to be a big effect. Now, where you can be in trouble, right? Let me erase this real quick. Where you can get in trouble is all of a sudden you place the cannon right here, right? The cannon's right here, then your drone, from here, he has to go around. And it's because he can't just go to straight diagonal here because there's no mineral patch there, right? The mineral patches are smaller. You basically, you pass less of the zone angle-wise, so you place it next to the bigger building. It's that simple. It's basic geometry. So it has a very, very minimal, almost non-existent effect if you place it right next to your hatchery. Make sure it's adjacent to the hatchery, the Nexus, the command center. In some cases, you can even place 2 next to each other, and the guys can go between them, depending on where your Nexus or hatchery is. But in general, don't place 2 next to each other. Just place it right next to your Nexus or hatchery. If you want to place 2, place 1 at each corner, and you're probably going to be fine as well. A very, very minimal impact if you place them adjacent to your main build. So wraps up the Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Rules of Engagement. Of course, this rounds up our broadcast for today, but tomorrow we'll be back again with more WCS America, Premier League Group Stage, and of course another episode of Rules of Engagement following that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.